What's happening, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the APF Sports Show. My next guest that I have coming in for a conversation is a up-and-coming freshman basketball player for the San Clemente Lady Tritons. She can play the 1 through 5 spot. She can score on all levels. She has a 4.7 GPA, which is like insane. Her name is Kiley Husbands. Everybody will give you applause to Kiley Husbands. What's up, little sis? How are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. The family's good?
Yeah.
Good. How's basketball?
It's good. It's a lot. It's been so fun though to transition from like middle school to high school. It's really different, but it's been really enjoyable for me.
Gotcha. So we met last year at the Togethership, and like hit it off right away, man. You know, a great relationship between like coach and athlete and everything. Things always stood out about your work ethic, how you carried yourself. Do you still do those type of things now?
Yeah, of course.
Sure?
I'm positive.
Good.
I learned a lot of like good leadership qualities and habits and skills from Togethership that I've been applying in like all areas of my life, not just basketball, but
awesome.
The classroom and family and friends and everything.
That's awesome. That's so important that you're doing that and continue to do that, man. That's impressive, man. I like to hear stuff like that. All right, man. So let's dig into our bag with you and see, get to know you a little bit better. Okay. So like I said, we met at the Togethership. And how long were you there?
I was there for 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was amazing. I woke up like every day just excited to go to school.
Okay.
And I never thought I would say that, honestly. Like, that sounds bad, but
really?
over winter break, I would actually miss school.
You know what?
Like, I'd want to be, like, if we had 3 weeks of winter break, and I was like, I want to be back at school.
The 3 weeks out.
That's a lot. That's a long time.
I love my break. I love being with my family, but 3 weeks is a long time, man.
It's
a long time, man.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you woke up every morning, like ready to go to school. That's
Some days were harder than others, obviously, because soreness and homework and stuff like that, just regular stuff. But it was always so fun, and the environment was so different from normal school. Like, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
You mentioned the soreness and stuff like that, but as an athlete, that's what we do, right? We put our bodies through that stuff, that just makes us better, right? But wow, just to hear you say that that you woke up, I was happy to go to school.
It's crazy to even say, but that's how I felt. Yeah.
You don't meet like people at normal schools. Oh man, I don't want to go to school. They find ways to get out of it, man. But man, that's insane. I ain't gonna say it's insane, but it's crazy to hear you say that, man. So that lets us know that we did something right together, man.
Definitely.
Good, awesome. So, favorite memories that you had there? If you had to name 2 or 3, what kind of stood out?
I don't know if this really qualifies as Togethership, but the bus rides to and from, to Speed, like to school. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Austin.
Yeah. Oh, let's go, Coach Austin. What's up, baby?
So much fun. Always such a bright part of my day. We're just blasting music, hanging out. It's such a good time.
Yeah.
Other stuff, I liked the nature walks. Yeah. That's random, but those were really fun for me. Weight room was always fun. The energy in there was unmatched. It was amazing.
Coach D.
And honestly, all 3 years I really enjoyed Speed, which was something that I didn't think I would enjoy as much as I did come in, because I'm like, oh, Speed, can't be that fun. But it was always super fun, every single time. And I loved Coach Dill. It was amazing. Coach DA, everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I never was in your Speed class. We were always in the weight room together. So I take a little bit of credit on that. Weight room was always blasting and stuff like that. Just trying to keep the energy good for you guys and stuff like that, because like you said, man, you're doing 2 to 3 trainings a day. That's hard, especially for kids, because you get to the point where you still want to just be a kid sometimes. So for you to do hour and 15 to 20 minutes of speed training, hour and 15 minutes of basketball training, then going to do lifting, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
In one day, man. So, but yeah, man, that's crazy, man. So you're a starting freshman for the San Clemente Lady Trainers.
Mm-hmm.
How is that?
It's
Honestly.
I love it.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I love it. I mean, I feel like as a freshman, I've made my presence felt, if that makes sense.
But before you go any further, I personally knew you was gonna do that. I knew and we talked about this as school was getting ready to get out, that wherever you decide to go play ball at, you were gonna do your thing. I knew it just from, like you said, how you carried yourself, how you how you played, how you attacked the game. I knew you was gonna do that. To say that I'm surprised is, I'm not surprised because I knew. All right,
Yeah.
You can continue now. All right, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing for my mom this year, and I knew coming in that there would always be some sort of question like, oh, is she just playing because she's the coach's daughter? Is it favoritism? And that is something that I wanted to avoid. So I knew I had to come in, work super hard, be a leader, be positive, so that that question wouldn't even be asked. It'd be like, she's playing because she deserves to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
And
making a difference.
that's a question that's going to happen until we're gone from it, right? With any athlete that's playing for their mom or their dad, whatever it is, or are they playing mommy ball or daddy ball type of stuff like that, man. But being that you went in with the mindset that, okay, I have to work hard. And if anything, you have to work harder than anybody because you got to go home with mom.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear it from all levels, on the car ride home, when you get home, when you wake up in the morning and stuff like that, man. So I know you was under a lot of pressure that you had to go out and really prove yourself. So you wouldn't put yourself or your mom in a situation to make people think that she was doing stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
So now the big question, and I did write this down in my notes, but it's a little bit further down. How is it playing for mom? Honestly,
it's been incredible. Growing up, she was my first coach. I had such a high standard of coaches because of her that, like, no one else could really amount to it. So I've been looking forward to this since I was, 4 years old. Since I first started playing basketball. Because she's an amazing coach. She knows her stuff. She's so qualified. And then playing for, dads who are just doing it because they have free time, I'm like...
It's a difference.
It's different, yeah.
Man.
And I don't know. I've just been looking forward to this so much, and it's been amazing, and can't wait for the next 3.5 years.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, and like I said, I know the pressure that not only that you put on yourself, what kind of extra pressure do you think mom puts on you so you can be better?
I wouldn't say it's like a verbal pressure. Like, she's not like, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need to do this. It's more so I just want to, live up to her expectations in a sense, just make her as proud as I can. And I think I'm doing a good job of that, but it's a big motivation for me. Yeah, big motivation for me to just, make my mom proud and my dad proud. And
Absolutely.
everybody.
And I think every kid wants to do that, especially with mom and daughter relationships and, father and son relationships. I look at with DJ, he may not tell me, I get happy when I see you happy for me because I can see it in his face when I'm jumping up and down, when he, sacks the quarterback or whatever he does, anything. So I can see it in his face, right? But like I say, every kid wants to live up to what they think the expectations that their parents have for them and stuff like that. And being that you're doing that is great. It's great because, like I said, I know playing for moms and playing for dads, it can be hard. It can put a strain on relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you guys walked in happy, you was the same. So I said, okay, no, they got a great relationship, which is amazing. You need that, especially in today's time. So that's good stuff, man. When you are prepping for a game, what's do you have a go-to routine that you go by? People like Michael Jordan, he would have this, I got to wear my North Carolina practice shorts under my Chicago Bulls uniform. I gotta have my wife's extra cheesy mac and cheese before I played every game, home game. Do you have like a certain routine or something that you gotta go by before you play?
I've been trying to get one because I do well with the routine, I'd
Absolutely.
say. As of now, I just always listen to music before my games,
Okay.
and while I'm warming up in lines, especially at home games, my grandpa, he's at all of my games. He sits front row. I always give him a hug during
yeah,
warm-ups,
yeah.
and that just kind of helps me for some
Extra
reason.
boost of confidence right
Yeah.
there, man. Yeah, man. It's like a security blanket, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they say quarterbacks have like their security blankets in football where nothing else is open down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got Mr. Reliable over here. I can dump the ball down to him and he's gonna do something for me. So that's what your grandfather is for you. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what type of music is Kiley listening to? Now I remember a little bit last year you were walking around with one earbud
yep,
in. Yeah.
yep.
Now, like, Kiley, what you listening to today? Coach D, today I'm listening to some Neo. What? Like, you remember, like, it was always something different, right?
I do not limit myself to
Awesome.
one genre.
You can't,
There's so
man.
much music out there,
Yep.
and I feel like if you do that, you're just
Yep, you
doing
can't.
yourself a disservice.
Facts.
So, I dabble in hip hop like Drake.
Yep.
I love Lauryn Hill.
Wait.
I knew you.
Wait. What do you know about Lauryn Hill?
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is such a good
Oh
album.
my
It's one of
God.
my favorites.
How old are you?
15?
Oh my God. Lauryn Hill, that's like a little bit. That's before me. I'm 36.
My dad is the one
Yeah.
who like put me on. He's like, we gotta listen to this album, and I
Oh,
love it.
that's crazy. I'm 36, and she was out before I was, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, that's crazy. Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
A little bit of Taylor Swift here and
Okay.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who else?
So it's like pregame stuff. That's what you're listening to.
Pre-game, maybe not
All right,
Taylor,
cool.
but definitely a lot of hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
rap. Could be old, could be new.
Okay.
Yeah, just anything honestly,
Okay.
whatever I'm feeling.
Are you the type who's listening to rap like leading up to the game, or like Kobe would listen to he would listen to like R&B slow stuff before he actually got to the game to calm his nerves, keep him calm.
Mm-hmm.
But when he actually got to the game to play, if he wasn't playing Michael Myers in his headphone, the theme song, you heard about that, right? He would listen to Michael Myers.
I did not know that.
Yeah, man. Kobe would walk around playing the Michael Myers theme song.
Dang.
How does it go? How is the Michael Myers thing? Yeah. He would walk around listening to it because he said it puts him in a state of attacking and everything. You know, when I played, I would listen to a little bit of R&B before I, got on the court. But before I walked on, it was all rap.
Yeah.
I want to get like amped up and
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel
So-
like I'm sort of not the opposite, but before games, I tend to listen. Like I'll still listen to hip hop, but not so much like attack rap. I don't know,
gotcha.
like that's what Kobe listened to, but
Man, if you
it's
listen
more
to Michael
stuff
Myers,
to
he
like.
was-
I'm not
that's
listening to
level.
Michael Myers before
That's
games.
second level, man.
But it's like things that kind of calm me down a little bit because I'm already pretty anxious going into games most of the time. And when I listen to like still rap, still hip hop, but like I don't even know how to explain it. Just certain songs that I know will still like get me excited, but
Yeah.
also like kind of
Yeah.
chill and
Yeah.
like calm.
Because
you
you
know?
don't want to be too amped
No,
up before
yeah.
you go play. You drain
Yeah.
yourself out before you do anything on the court.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, so you can play 1 through 5. What's your go-to position that you love to play?
I honestly 1 through 3, anything
Really?
like
Anything
that.
1 through 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing up I was always a point guard because I was honestly the only kid that could really handle the ball well. And I've watched so much basketball with my mom being a coach and just always being around the game. I've developed good court vision, so I can
Facts,
really
yes, yeah.
see people open and things like that. And I think my passing is one of my best attributes in my game. So I've always loved being the one, but on my team right now, I'm more of a 2-3. So, and on other teams, just because I'm bigger, I've also played 4-5, which
That's
isn't
what I
my
was gonna
favorite,
say,
but it's
yeah.
what I've played just because of my size.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1, 2, 3. And if I'm gonna play at the next level, that'll probably be the position I play anyway.
100%.
So.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Now, were you always like one of the taller kids? Because I heard you say you played the one.
As I've gotten to a higher level, I've been more like average height, but growing up, yeah, I was one of the tallest. But
So
now
you-
that I'm getting to like the national circuit highest level, it's like girls are like 6'5" and stuff. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, some tall girls out there, man,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, so that's interesting. I didn't know that you normally. I mean, and basketball has changed so
yeah,
much.
absolutely.
Even since I played, years ago, But if you were, they automatically, you're this size, you're the biggest on the team, you're playing nothing but the 4 and 5, regardless of what you can do. Now that athletes have the freedom to, if you can handle the ball and get the ball off the court, run the show.
Yeah.
Instead, you still have your point guards and stuff like that, but being that you were able to develop that early like that, and carry it over to what you're doing now is that's great stuff, man. So I'm gonna credit your mom for that, with the coaching and stuff like that. I'm gonna give mom some credit on that, man. All right, cool. So let's move on. What kind of mindset do you go into before you play? Like I said, you look at the greats who've played before. I'm not. Who's your favorite player, basketball player?
Of all time?
Yeah. Okay, we'll say that. Okay, we'll say that for a little bit. Because I hope you look at the notes I sent you.
I did.
All right, perfect. Okay, so we'll say that a little bit later. So let's just say, all right, Michael.
Okay, that's kind of where my head was at.
All right. Michael was a type, Kobe fall into this category as well, too, that they wanted to, like, really take your heart out. That's the kind of mindset they went into before they walked on the court. Like, regardless of whoever stepped in front of them, I'm attacking you, I'm coming at you. Do you put yourself in that type of mindset? Or, well, I know you, but you're young and it's kind of hard to do that, but what kind of mindset on that level do you think you put yourself into?
I would say I want to win. And sometimes that means getting all my teammates involved. Sometimes it means, okay, I got to be the one shooting the shot.
Yeah.
Just whatever it takes for our team to succeed and for us to win, that's what I'm going to do, regardless.
Love it. So you're doing what the team needs that particular night for you to be on top. That's dope. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. So if that means you scoring at will or shutting down on defense, whatever it is, you want to do that just for your team.
Yeah. That's
great. That's a great mindset to have. Is it hard for you to tap into that mindset before games?
Sometimes, if we've had a long week and we already had a game, now we have another game and I'm tired and I just want to lay in my bed, which doesn't happen that much, but
I mean, you're a kid. I mean, that's what you want to do sometimes,
yeah.
right?
Sometimes I just kind of got to remember why I'm doing this and remember how much I love the game, and then I'm kind of back.
That's it.
Back in that mindset.
Got you. So you can snap out of it real quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, has there been times you've been in practice with mom or played for mom and she's probably yelled at you and put you on the spot where it made you I don't want to play for you. What are you doing? Just be my mom. Have you ever been in a situation like that where, honestly, I'm not trying to get you in trouble at home. I don't want that car ride to be long and, hard.
Yeah,
but honestly, talking to Coach D, your big brother right now, how has it, ever had anything like that before?
Honestly, not so much yet. I have a feeling that...
You just say yet?
I mean, we have a long career ahead of us. It could happen.
It could.
But I think this far it's actually been good. I feel like her coaching has been necessary almost. The things she's altering, I'm okay, yeah, I got to fix that. And even if it's harsh, it's yeah, I got to fix that too. But she also has an assistant coach, my coach Erin, who she coaches me a lot as well. And when she coaches me, it's okay, well, she's obviously not my mom, so she's just my coach.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very responsive to her as well, I think.
You can separate that, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's been good so far this year.
I think.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because she's sitting right there, but yeah.
I think maybe you are, because you think, man, Coach D, man, put me on the spot, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's really been.
Well, that's speaking volumes on how your mom coaches you.
Mm-hmm. I would say it if there was like a significant moment in like a practice or something where I'm like, oh wow, that felt like personal, but I don't think there has been.
Okay, but man, it speaks volumes on what she's doing as a coach, man. Cause God knows, like, I train DJ, and it's been times DJ walked out on training on me, because man, I mean, I know I'm guilty of it. I put the pressure on him, cause you want your kid to be better than what you were, and I probably put too much pressure on him at a younger age, and that's something I had to get better at as a coach, as a father. Not putting too much pressure on him with the age that he's at, But yeah, DJ hasn't walked out. Like, man, I don't want you to coach me no more. Like, so I had to dial it down, So it was interesting to hear you say that you never had a situation like that with your mom. That just lets you know that she's on the elite level of coaching.
Yeah.
That's great stuff, man. Yeah. Can't wait to have her on the podcast one day.
It's
gonna be the things that she say about you. I don't know if they're gonna be as nice. I don't know, man.
We'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see. But that's good stuff, man. So do you think your assistant coach is harder on you than mom?
They have different coaching styles, but I would say maybe my mom is a little bit harder on me, but I would say I receive more coaching from the assistant coach.
Gotcha. And I understand what you mean. Your mom knows what to do to push your buttons. She knows everything about you that's going to tick you off, that's going to motivate you. So yeah, I can understand what you mean. It's a little bit harsher coming from her. I guess you could say harder coming from her, because she knows how to push your buttons, man. So yeah, that's what moms do.
Yeah,
that's what they do, man. Awesome. So let's move on to the next few questions I got for you, my friend. What's your take on women's basketball right now? It's grown so much. I remember when I was a kid, and I had to be like third or fourth grade when the WNBA was established. So seeing where it has grown from third grade, man, that 1990 something. I'm showing my age, right? But in the 90s, I remember when Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, I remember those ladies came on the scene, and I remember the first commercial. We got next. That was the commercial. We don't care who's now. We got next, and it took off. It's grown, but it hasn't grown the way I feel like it should grow. Because I have two daughters, two amazing daughters. She doesn't play basketball right now, which I'm hoping that she gets into it. But it hasn't grown and gained the traction like I feel like it should. So what's your take on it? How do you feel about that?
I think that the women's game has grown tremendously, and there's certain players right now that are like talents we haven't really seen yet, like Kaylin Clark.
She's shooting like
she's
Steph Curry.
Amazing.
She's a knockdown. She's a threat. Physically, obviously, she's not as strong as Steph Curry, so she can't physically come across half court and just let it go. But she got range. Like man, you have to guard her 40 feet out. You have to, because she can destroy you from that range, man.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yep, keep going, sorry.
Who else? Cameron Brink. I watch a lot of women's college basketball, and I'm getting more into the WNBA, but college right now I'm really into. Ionescu for college.
Yeah. Or do you have a team?
I root for Cal.
Of course.
I'd say.
Of course. Of course. I'm not going to go into it, but of course you would say that.
Oh, yeah. Cameron Brink is incredible. I saw her play like a week ago, I want to say. She's amazing. And then like in the WNBA, Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plume, just so many players that are just kind of advancing the game forward because people want to watch them.
They do.
Because that's what it is, honestly. People wanting to watch, like, oh, they can't dunk. Oh, they're not as good. Like, da-da-da, it's not as fun to watch. And it's like, as players are developing, it's like more and more people are like, wait a minute, like, this is pretty good.
So. If you look at the game of basketball it's a finesse game. That's how it was designed to be. Dunking wasn't involved in the game. It was about just shooting, right? And doing stuff like that. So if you look at the game and how women play, they play it in the purest form.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
But, you know, we as a nation, I say, we like the excitement. Oh, you got dunked on, the physical, the violence of stuff like that. Yeah. That's what we gravitate to, right? But women, they play the game in the purest form.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what they do. How would you make the game grow? What ways do you think that we can evolve as a country to make this game grow?
That's a good question.
That's a hard question. I hope you thought about it, because that was one of the questions, right? I think that
I would say just getting more exposure, and as players growing so that more people want to watch, and to prove that, like, hey, like, we might not be out here doing windmill 360 dunks like some of these guys can, but we are still, like, putting our best foot forward and doing all we can. And we're the girls' game is still kind of new.
It is,
but
100%. It's real new. Yeah.
The development over these past few years especially has just been amazing, and so many more people are watching than they used to. And I think if we can kind of keep that trend going, and my generation, I feel like this next generation of girls is amazing, because the resources we have now are so different than what the current generation had at our age.
Yep.
So I think that when, like, my age gets to the highest level, that's when it's really going to take off.
It should peak.
Yeah.
It should peak. Now, I'm glad you said that, because you look at the game. Let's just say the NBA, but it's been around with 75 years, somewhere 70
like
some
that.
years. It's been around a while. It really didn't reach new heights until Magic and Bird took the scene. Then when MJ came is when he took it international. The game had been around for 40, 50 years, if not longer, before that happened. The WNBA, the women's game like that, on this level, it's younger than me. You know, like I said, I was in third or fourth grade when the WNBA was established. So it's what, maybe 30, 32, somewhere up in that age. It's not that old. So it's going to take, you know, another, you know, 10 to 15 years before it actually gets to where it needs to be. And I think the biggest thing it is a support. It is a support that we have to give the women for them to succeed like that, right? You know, and I'm, you know, not just saying it because I'm a coach or I have, you know, daughters who I, you know, obviously want to play the game of basketball, but just as a fan of sports, as a fan of basketball, right? If you want the sport to continue to grow, the support that we give it, right? You got to go out and support these young ladies doing basketball in the purest form. You have to, and that's how it's going to grow. How did you feel about when they say, you know, well, maybe we should lower the rims for girls to play?
I didn't even know.
You didn't hear that? Man, yeah, man, they were talking about, you know, lowering the rims from 10 foot to 9. You know, let's give women more of a chance to dunk and do stuff like that. Yeah. That was, You didn't hear that? Yeah. I'm pretty sure Mom heard it. I know she heard it. Yeah, look, Mom, she heard it. Yeah. So what is your take on that? I know it's your first time hearing it. How did you feel about that? Do you think that, I won't say it discriminates, but do you think it takes away from the game of ladies doing that? Like, what did you feel for that?
I feel like it kind of does in a sense. I feel like it's almost not giving women enough credit in a sense. Like, oh, you're not going to get to this point, so we'll just lower it for you. And then in the future, if we were actually to do that, like, people could use that as an excuse, like, oh, they'll never be as good as the NBA because they needed to do that. Yeah. So I think we're like, no, like, we're good.
Leave it here where it's at. We'll continue to do our thing where we at. Got you. And when I heard it, and like I said, you know, you hear people, you know, talk about it, you know, I was like, well, maybe, you know, I guess the excitement wise, if you want that, I guess it could help.
I understand.
I understand the idea.
The reasoning behind it for sure, but I just think in a way it doesn't push it back. But
it's not going to fix it either.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix it.
I feel like it would almost do more harm than good.
Yeah, I like I said, I think the biggest thing is just the support. You know,
Yeah.
you got to continue to give them support because, like you said, it's a young league. That's 30-something years old, man. Like I said, when you're up on the scene, getting ready to make your, you know, if you're blessed to make your leap into the WNBA, you know, it should be in the direction where it needs to be.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole goal with everything. Give me your top starting 5 basketball players. And I know you said you watch more college, so let's go NBA.
For men or women?
Men. Let's go NBA. Let's go men
Starting-
first. Yeah, you know what? Let's go women first, and then all time.
Ooh,
All time.
I'll do for that one. I'll do college
Okay,
and WNBA.
okay, good. Do it. Let's go with
At
number
my
1.
Sabrina Ionescu, probably.
Really?
Yeah. At my 2, Caitlin Clark. 3.
You going to old school.
I know.
You
I
going to old school.
know. I'm more well versed in
Okay.
right now because that's honestly
Okay,
what
yeah,
I'm
I got
watching.
you. Yep, your list.
3, I'll go Paige Beckers.
Okay.
4, maybe Candace Parker.
Candace Parker.
And then 5, Elena Delle Donne.
Really?
Or I might switch out Ionescu for Taurasi.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
I was about to bring so you
I was
leave her
kind
off?
of thinking, I was like, wait, I need to
Okay.
get her in.
What about
somewhere.
Sue Bird?
Super?
Nope. Do you remember her?
In her prime? Yeah, I would take her over.
Yeah, in her prime, she was a
Beckers.
beast, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would probably take her over.
You
Paige.
know about Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper? You know about those guys?
Yeah, but I don't know as much about them.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, that's when, They honestly, even when they started the WNBA, they had been playing overseas for so long. They were, I won't call them old, but they were older, you know, so they were already on their way out the door anyway.
Yeah.
But they came in and established the league. I'm glad you put Taurasi in there because she was one of my favorites,
Yeah.
But the way she approached the game, she was different, man. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
different. Okay, now, NBA.
Okay.
Number 1. Who
I've been
point guard?
thinking for the one.
This is going to be hard.
I know. I'm like torn between Steph and Magic.
I knew it. It always come between Steph and Magic. Always.
I don't know.
You know what? I guess it just really depends on what you like as a point guard.
Yeah.
Right? But so if you said you would pick who? I gotta put you on spot.
Okay. Honestly, give me Magic.
You take Magic.
Yeah.
Why would you take Magic over Steph?
He's more of a playmaker. And with my other guys in this roster, if he can dish to them, and he can score the ball.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if he can dish to them too.
He's
That's what I want for a point guard.
Yeah. If you're thinking about a point guard and what they do, facilitate the offense, get everybody else involved, that's Magic.
Yeah.
100% that's Magic. If you pure point guards, Magic.
Yeah.
When you talking about could really play 1 through, I know he did play the 5 in the finals, but could he consistently play the 5 over and over? I don't know, because you had some big centers back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I can say he would play 1 through 4 easily play 1 through 4. But Magic was Mr. Do It All, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, when you talking about facilitating the offense, it's Magic for sure. Okay, number 2.
At my shooting guard, probably MJ. At my 3, I'm taking Braun.
Okay, wait. Let's go back. We're gonna dissect this list, man. Okay. 2, MJ. You're from Cali.
I am.
And you didn't pick Kobe. Your dad's from Philly, right?
Yeah.
And Kobe's from there. And you don't pick Kobe over MJ.
From a skill standpoint, I want MJ. If I'm thinking who has had more impact on the game of basketball, Kobe for sure. But if I'm
really?
if I'm
I
wanting
think Mom is
to win
scratching
a
her head
game,
over there. She's like, what? Look. Okay, but
if I want to win a game,
yeah.
MJ over Kobe.
Okay. Now let's dissect that a little bit. So, you think Kobe had more of an impact on the game than MJ. Why do you say that? No right and wrong answer, yeah.
I would say I'm kind of biased because Kobe has had a huge impact on the women's side of the game. And MJ, maybe from like a whole entire basketball standpoint, MJ has had a huge one just because of his style of play. But Kobe with his mindset and his mentality and his like love and gratitude for girls basketball and his daughter and stuff. That's something that really resonates with me.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So,
100%.
Yeah.
Now, MJ did, I don't know if he endorsed the WNBA, but I know that him and Sheryl Swoops, MJ and Sheryl Swoops they did commercials together. So he did, try to put her in a position like to push the WNBA the way he was pushing the NBA. Yeah. But I don't know if he, and I think I would agree with you on that. I think Kobe really brought more light to pushing women's basketball. 100%. I definitely agree with you on that. Because, like you said, he had a daughter, and God rest both their souls, but she was unbelievable at what she was doing. Yeah. She really embodied the Mamba mentality, like you brought up. You know how people say they can look at athletes and say that they're gonna be great. She has something different about her at her young age that you knew that she was different, man. Yeah, she was different, just the way she carried herself, right? Yeah, and like I said, God rest their soul, and it's sad that we never got a chance to see that play out.
I would see her and him at tournaments and things like that, and I was like 2 or 3. I think I was 2 years younger than her, but just watching her, I was like,
she's different.
Yeah.
You saw that from videos. You just knew she was different. Because she demanded the attention. Rightfully so. She bears Kobe's last name, so that's gonna put extra pressure, extra target on her anyway. But the way she performed and did things, you just knew she was different.
Yeah.
Okay. And but so you would take MJ because you said you want to win a game. That's
Prime MJ is like, we're not losing.
I'm gonna give you my list when we get done, but I'll be okay. Okay.
At my 3, I'll take LeBron.
You got arguably he's in my eyes the greatest small forward to ever play the game. I think he's the best small forward. I don't think he's in my eyes, just me. I don't think he's the greatest basketball player, but I think he's the best small forward that I've ever seen play the game.
I agree with that. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, at my 4, Tim Duncan.
Mr. Fundamental.
Mr. Fundamental.
Yeah, man.
Yep, I need that.
Yeah.
And then 5, Shaq.
You gotta go with the Diesel, the Superman. You gotta go. He is the most dominant basketball player that the game has ever seen.
Yeah.
Will there ever be another Shaq? Possibly. But I don't know if it's going to be in my lifetime that I'm going to get to see that, man, because
Shaq's just
320-something pounds, and he was moving like a guard.
I know.
That's what people don't understand. People know L.A. Shaq. That's what they know because that's where he won his championships. They forget about Orlando Shaq. Orlando Shaq was bringing the ball up the court, spin move, crossing over, dunking on people. Oh my God. If Shaq could have stayed in shape like that when he got to the Lakers, oh my God. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, man. So you brought up Tim Duncan. Some people don't think he's the greatest power forward to play. I think Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward to play the game of basketball. Yeah. When you're talking about playing it from a fundamental standpoint, like you said, his name says it all. He would bank shot you to death. That's what he did, man. He was remarkable. He didn't talk a lot of trash, didn't show you a lot of emotions. Yeah. But you look up, he's 20 and 20 points and rebounds, 6-7 blocks. 8 assists. He stuffed the stat sheet, man. He was unbelievable, man. Before we get into the GOAT debate on everything, I want to give you my list, okay? It is honestly, tell you the truth, my list is right there with yours.
Okay.
It is,
good,
yeah,
good.
right there. Which that's why when you said Magic, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, because we're in this generation where it's Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you see it. Everybody wants to pull up from 45 deep now, like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first shot they look for, and that's what the game's evolved to. I think he's a great player. But if I had to pick like a point guard that I want to really run my team, I'm going with Magic, 100%. But like you said, because with the other pieces that I have on my court, I don't need you to score.
Yeah.
You know, I got MJ, you know, who's going to give me 30.
Yeah.
You know, LeBron's going to facilitate just like Magic, right? From the spot on the wing. Tim Duncan's going to give me my 20. And Shaq is, God forbid, whoever gets in front of prime Shaq, man, oh my God. So yeah, my list is right there with yours. And like you said, people would substitute and put Kobe in, and you know, older people will put Isaiah Thomas in, people like that, you know. So, but yeah, my list is right there with yours, man. So now, greatest of all time. Who are you picking?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. For you to be so young and pick Michael, you have a lot of people like,
Oh
like,
yeah.
what? Like how?
Yeah.
How? You never seen him play. You know, what about Kobe? You're from Cali and stuff like that. But what makes you pick MJ?
Well, I think I am from California, but I'm not a Laker fan. I am a Sixers fan. Which I know MJ wasn't on the Sixers, but neither was LeBron. So, I think, I don't know. When I just think of the GOAT, I think of MJ. I don't think of LeBron.
Got you. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. And I don't argue with people over, the GOAT debate and stuff like that. Because every generation is going to have their own GOAT. You know, just like our generations beforehand, Magic and Bird and stuff like that, right? Then, Jordan came along, Kobe, then Tim Duncan had his run, Shaq and stuff like that. Now it's LeBron, and Curry, I should say. But if I'm looking at just the desire to win, you think about when you step on the court, I'm pretty sure your mom told you this, you're not on the court to be friends with people. Yeah. You're on the court to win, right? When I look at MJ, that's what he did. I'm gonna light you up and let you know if you're messing up. I'm not here to babysit you and hold your hand. Yeah. You follow my lead, and I'm gonna lead you there, right? When I think about somebody who embodies that, that's MJ. Yeah. And like I said, I personally think, and like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. You pick who you want to pick. I think MJ is the GOAT. That's just me. But LeBron, he is that guy. I ain't gonna lie, he's good, man. He's very good, man. I can't take away from his game. I remember reading about him in Sports Illustrated. High school phenom, averaging 32 points a game out of Ohio. Yeah. And I think he lived up to his name. Yeah. He came in with pressure that nobody ever had, number one, the chosen one, right? So he's definitely lived up to it and stuff like that. But I think he's top three.
100%.
I think he's definitely top three. Some people, like I said, will put him 1, 2. I personally probably would have Kobe over him, me personally. Because if I'm looking at what I felt like the GOAT was, I think MJ is, like I said, is the GOAT. Then Kobe was like that, close to it. So I would say Kobe there. But like I said, you can't go wrong with either or in what you do.
I'd say that's my top 3 too. Yeah. And whether or not Kobe's a 2 or LeBron's a 2, it honestly just depends on my mood that day.
Yeah.
MJ's always going to be my one.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting to hear you say that because you're young and you say MJ, man. That's interesting. Yeah. That's how they're right on. So is your dad an MJ guy?
I think so. I don't think I've ever really had this conversation with my dad, but I know probably he's never been the biggest LeBron guy. Even though LeBron's amazing, my dad's never been like, oh my gosh, he's.
I gotta go watch LeBron play and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I think I've always appreciated Bron, but I'm appreciating him more now towards the end of his career because I'm looking at everything he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And no lie, longevity play, man. You gotta be, man,
definitely.
for you to play.
He's 39.
21, going on 21 years in the league.
Yeah.
And still playing at this level, man. The amount of detail that you gotta put into your recovery.
Yeah.
Your
whole
nutrition,
lifestyle,
your whole lifestyle,
pretty
man. It's remarkable, you know. And you know, like I say, you gotta be blessed and a little bit of lucky to have that, man. But I'm appreciating him more now towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So, 4.7 GPA.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest accomplishment for me, because that was hard, very hard, but we got it. So.
Wow.
Yes.
How hard is that to maintain? No lie.
Oh, it was, especially at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It was difficult, but finding that balance between sports and school and just making it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's crazy, man. 4.7. Are you taking honors classes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And that's,
all honors except Spanish, which they don't really have honors for languages.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, everything's.
Yo, that's insane. That's insane. No, keep that up, man. Because like you said, you obviously need that because when you get getting recruited and stuff like that, they want to know that you're reliable in school.
Yeah.
You know, someone you can count on and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm pretty sure mom is
Oh
making
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
I would
I'm
say
pretty
my
sure.
parents,
Yeah.
ooh, they are smart, and I would say there's much more academic expectations in our house than sports.
I believe you.
Which is honestly probably a good thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I think you told me your dad was a.
My dad is a surgeon. He went to Cal and then to Penn for med school.
Yeah.
And my mom went to Cal, but she got into Harvard and all those schools, so she's pretty smart too.
Yep, that's why I said I gotta have her on the podcast.
Yeah.
If she's listening, I gotta have her on the podcast. So man, wow. So so the expectations are there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
I've always felt like a very competitive fire for academics. Honestly, in some cases more than basketball.
Yeah.
Which that's just kind of always how I've been wired. Like I'm sometimes more determined to get straight A's and all these like academic accolades as
100%.
opposed to like a championship.
Yeah, 100%. I know when I tell my son DJ, because he's getting into the age now, like yeah, bro, it's cool if you get a scholarship to go play sports. I love it, but bro, I'm more impressed if you get an academic scholarship. Yeah. That's just me. Either way you're going to go to school, right? But I'm more impressed if you get the academic scholarship, man.
Yeah.
Because I know that if you go to school for academics like that, man, that lets me know that you're going to have a great career if you choose. Obviously, if you choose the right one, but you're going to have a great career once you get out.
Yeah.
So I'm in that phase where I'm programming him down, like, well, what if you don't, make it to the NFL or wherever you're trying to go? What's your career that you want to have?
Yeah. And there's so many like outside factors that you don't have control over, like injuries and just like bad situations that you could be in, like so many things. But kind of having that academic like layer to fall back on, like your academics are in check, so you'll be fine.
Absolutely. And I know that it's certain jobs that you need, or careers I should say, that you don't need to have a degree in to be successful at what you're doing, but it's always good, like things like engineering and stuff like that. You got to have some type of legit degree to have something like that, man. What's your 3 dream schools that you want to attend?
Berkeley.
Really?
Why
is that?
I just love the school so much. I've been so many times now. Both my parents went there. Out of my top 3 schools, they definitely have the best basketball program, I would say.
Got you.
And then my other 2, probably Columbia and Penn.
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 You like Penn?
I love Penn, yeah.
Is it for basketball wise that you like it, or why is it?
That's a part of it. I talked to the coaches there, and I sat in on one of their practices, and it was amazing, and the campus is beautiful. And I love Philly. That's
Of course you love Philly.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you love Philly.
That's where my family is from, and I just
Wait,
love
is your
it.
mom from Philly?
She's from Northern California.
Okay, gotcha.
But my dad is
Your
from
dad,
there,
oh,
and
yep.
his whole side of the family, and I love it so much.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you're like all about the Sixers, the
Oh
Eagles.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So you don't like the Cowboys. What about Mom? She likes the Cowboys, right?
She's a Niner fan. There's some when Eagles and Niners play, there's
It's some tension.
bit of a divide in our
some tension,
household.
ain't it?
Yeah.
I know it is. Like if the Eagles, if the 49ers beat the Eagles,
Yeah,
somebody
it's-
sleep on the couch.
Yeah, it's like I remember so vividly. It was I don't know if it was this year, it might have been a couple years ago, but the Niners were beating the Eagles,
Yeah.
and my dad is on the couch, and my mom's next to him, and he's just like distressed because
My goodness.
he takes his Eagles very seriously.
All Philly fans do that. They
And my
take
mom's
them
like,
seriously.
it's okay, and I'm sitting at the counter,
It's not okay.
and
It's not okay.
she turns to me and she goes,
Yeah, she's
And I'm
ready,
like,
but
she's happy.
she's
She's
embracing
pretty happy,
everything about that, man.
Yeah.
Because if the shoe was flipped, he would be doing the same to her. It's
Absolutely.
okay.
He'd
okay.
be more though. She'd
Really?
Be like, oh yeah,
He really going
Woo,
to death
he's-
risk sleeping on the
yeah.
couch, huh?
Ooh, Philly
my
fan.
goodness, man. But no, all Philly fans, they're like that about their sports.
Yeah.
Whether it's college, with,
Yeah.
with Villanova and everything, they just like that, man. I was telling a few of my athletes that my goal is one day I want to go to Philly and wear my Dallas Cowboys jersey.
Ooh, you might get jumped.
That's what they told me. They said,
Yeah.
Coach, if you do that, you would get jumped.
Yeah.
Like within a heartbeat, you would get jumped there. And I say, really? He said, yeah, bro, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I said,
Might
no,
be
you lying.
Painful.
That's what they told me. They said it would be painful for you, man. He said, you don't want to do that. He said, not only would they talk about you, but they would really come after you with physical violence everywhere. The restaurants, everything. So, do you agree?
Maybe don't test that theory.
Don't test it.
I don't know if they would actually do that, but I wouldn't put it past them.
No, don't put. I wouldn't put it past them either, because they were when we beat the Eagles last couple weeks ago. We beat them a couple weeks ago, right? A Philly fan, and this was in Dallas. They got to fight you. You didn't see it was a Philly fan and a Cowboy fan fighting.
Ooh.
They were fighting
At
after
that
the game.
My brother and my dad were at that game, and they were on the field. Yeah.
Well, how they
In
on the
their
field?
Eagles stuff.
How do you go to the field?
I honestly, how did they get on the field, Mom?
What?
Don't they have like a connection or something? I'm not, or my dad is friends with
Your
someone.
daddy, he ain't gonna hook
who's a
me up,
Cowboys.
man. He not gonna hook me up. And I'm like, I gotta pretend I'm an Eagles fan. Then.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you
Hey,
know
go
what?
Birds!
He knows, because I told him when I first met him, you an Eagles fan? Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. And I just kind of like, you a Cowboys fan? He knew. He just knew I was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. He said, bro, I can't talk to you.
I
And
can't
so,
be seen talking to you.
I don't think he would give me a hookup like that for a game, man. But wow, that's great. So, how is it right now? Because they kind of been like a little skit right now, man.
Yeah, they're yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just
let's
their
stress right now.
offense hasn't been the best recently.
Yeah.
And I've missed a couple of the games because I've just had like basketball and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But I like, we lost to the Cardinals? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Hope we can figure it out before playoffs.
It's
So,
last game today, man. You got to
know.
figure it out. 49ers are doing good.
They are doing good.
They are doing good, man. I like I told everybody, I just want to secure the number 2 seed today, stay away from 49ers. I do not want to play the 49ers
Yeah.
until we have to play them. If it's the NFC Championship, so be it, but not no time soon.
Yeah.
I don't say I'm afraid of them, but they're dangerous.
They are. Yeah.
They're
looking
dangerous.
scary.
Man, they are dangerous. They are scary, man. They got so many weapons.
Yeah.
They do. So, and we seen what they did to both our teams. Yeah, man. So
She's not too upset about that.
of course not.
She loves her
She
Niners.
loves it. She was happy. Now she knows I'm a Cowboys fan. She gonna let me know it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, now just a couple more questions. Then I'm gonna let you get out of here, little sis. Give me your three most influential people.
Both my parents, I would say.
Okay.
And
Now let's dig into that for like a couple minutes. Why mom?
she has just been an incredible role model for me my entire life and inspired me in so many ways that I doubt she even knows. And just been an amazing example throughout my entire life. And I just couldn't ask for a better mom, best friend, coach, role model, everything. She's all those.
That's
And
awesome.
my dad is amazing. He works so hard for us just to make sure we never have to worry about a thing. And I hope he knows how much I appreciate that, because I see how much he works and how much time he puts into us. And he's just the most amazing person in the world.
That's
He's
awesome.
so caring about people. He's so happy around people, and it's just he's
Yeah.
amazing. I can
Yeah.
go to him about anything in the world.
That's awesome. That's, you know what, and that's what fathers supposed to do, right? You know, and your dad, he's a black man just like me. You know, we have this stigma, right, that black dads aren't around.
Yeah.
And so when I see that, you know, when people see me with my kids and stuff like that, you know, it makes me proud that they notice stuff like that. You know, like I said, it's just that negative stigma that we have. And I hate to bring race up into what we're doing on this podcast, but it's the world we live in, right? And so that's why I take pride in each and every second that I can spend with my kids, and people see me spending their time with the kids. You know, it's a great movement, and I know not only your mom would appreciate that, but when your dad listen to this podcast, it's gonna give him a different feel. I know he's gonna feel a different type of way about you, and he, like I said, you're his princess. You're his everything, man. Outside of your mom, but you're his daughter. It's a different type of love, and being that it's just expressed that. It's gonna hit different for him, man.
Absolutely.
Now, your number 3. Who's the third?
Honestly, I would say Coach DQ. And
wait, what? Devin, really?
So I remember it was COVID, and I was really unhappy with my school situation at my old middle school.
Where were you at? If you mind
I was at
asking?
Short Cliffs.
Really?
And it wasn't
Short Cliffs,
really Short Cliffs. It was just the fact that it was online, and I was just...
the COVID.
Yeah.
Man,
So the first year I was at
horrible.
Short Cliffs, I actually really enjoyed it because it was in person and everything. But when it was online, my grades were falling. I was so sad. I just kind of need
It messed
human
us up.
interaction in a
It messed
sense.
us up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just, my brother had transferred to Togethership, and he was doing his holdback year. And this was the first year of Togethership when there was 40 kids tops. And I saw how happy he was, and I was I was on the fence, but I was maybe I check this out. And I remember I had a Zoom call with Coach Devin, and he just told me about it, and I was oh shoot, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So I went kind of with the intention of only going for that semester because it was in person. And oh my gosh, it was life-changing for me, the whole together. If it weren't for DQ kind of taking a chance on a random 7th grade girl he never met, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in the position I am in high school at all. So I think Devin allowing me to come to Togethership and just do what I did there and everything, it just really set me up in a way that I don't think anywhere else really could have. Not just for sports, but for life. The things we learned there, and so many things. I don't really know where I'd be without Togethership, and I'm just so
that's
grateful.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I want to know you.
Now you
Going
facts,
for
man. You're right, man. We wouldn't be sitting here together like you said and waiting on a basketball schedule from you.
My bad. I was supposed to send that a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, man. But no, that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
No, it really is. Wow. I didn't really think that you would pick DQ, but it makes sense. Yeah.
I'm close to DQ, but I'm really close to certain coaches and people that I met because of him.
Obviously, yeah. Look at us, man.
So,
yeah, you're right. That's right, man. So that's major. That's real major, man. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That you know what? That's like a feel good moment for me. You know, because you mentioned in DQ, like you said, we were able to connect. You know, and I was able to connect with your family and stuff like that, and it's just been a great friendship. You know, from here on. You know, and I think I told you this, like when school was getting ready to let out, that what you're doing is what I want my daughter to do. You know, this is bigger than what you just thinking right now. This is generations behind you that you're affecting as well with what you're doing. And so that's why I told you, you stay the course, stay focused on what you're doing, and leave no stone unturned, because you have a younger generation that's following right after you, that's looking up to you, i.e. my daughter sitting over there right now. So that's great stuff, man. Great stuff. I think I had one more question before I let you, maybe one or two more. All right. Is there any books that you read that you really like that help you with your mental?
I've been trying to get more into that. I haven't read a whole bunch of like mindfulness books, but there's a few that I want to read, like Atomic Habits. I remember I was just bored one day and I read like an hour of reading that book, and it was amazing, and I just kind of forgot to pick it back up.
Gotcha.
But I'm more into like fiction stuff, but I kind of want to get into other stuff because I know how much reading can help in mindfulness and stuff.
Yep. So. Let me throw one at you.
Okay.
Relentless by Tim Grover. Do you know who Tim Grover is? So, all right. So when you get done, I want you to look up Michael Jordan's trainer.
That's who he is?
Tim Grover.
All right.
He was like, you look at, I'm pretty sure people were lifting weights in the NBA, but when you talk about somebody who like really brought it out, it was MJ. MJ brought it out with Tim Grover because he got tired of obviously getting knocked down, pushed around by the Detroit Pistons, so he wanted to get stronger. You heard it from The Last Dance, right? Yeah. So Tim Grover was the guy that he went to. He's phenomenal. Read this book, Relentless. Easy read. It pretty much talks about going from good to great to unstoppable. Okay, you have three things. You're either a cooler, cleaner. Let me look it up. I want to make sure I'm doing it. I don't want to butcher it, man. I want to butcher it. Second. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. I got it because you're on the notes. I can't find it, right? But I know it's cooler, cleaner. It's one more. Eric, can you help me out with that, man? My God, thank you, man. But basically, he's helping you tap into your mindset about going from just being good, from being great to being unstoppable. Right?
Cooler, cleaner, closer.
There it is, right there. So cooler, cleaner, and closer. Okay. So a cooler is somebody who's just who can have a good game every now and then. A cleaner is somebody who does it. Thank you. Got it for me?
You're right there.
My guy. Here we go. Man, my guy. Okay, here we go. Coolers are good. They'll do what they are told and be solid teammates. Okay. Closers are great. They're the ones you call to take the last shot. Cleaners are unstoppable. They're the relentless ones who closes every time and do it when nobody's watching. You think about Kobe and MJ. They did it every single time on the court. They're like janitors. They come in when the business are closed and clean up the mess. That's what the cleaners do. So it teaches you to go from being a cooler, a closer, to being a cleaner, right? So it helps you tap into that mindset. And it's so good, it's an easy read. And it just helps you. You think of it, it goes with Kobe, it goes with MJ, Charles Barkley, and Dwayne Wade. They're the four people that they talk about in this book, man. And it just helps you go into a different mindset. So if you can look at that book, read it. Yeah, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You're going to find yourself highlighting throughout the book certain things that he said, and you're going to love it. You're going to love this book, man. Check that book out, man.
Right.
I'm still waiting on my schedule.
Okay.
Okay, I'm waiting on this schedule. So I can come check you out, watch you play, and support you, man. All right?
Yes.
You got me. Awesome, man. Is there anything that you want to let my viewers know before we get out of here? You know.
Thanks for watching. I don't know. Like and subscribe.
There we go. I love it, man. Hey, listeners, you know, I want to say thank you for coming out.
Thank
You
you
were
for
the
having
first young lady that I wanted on the podcast, and I really appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Keep doing everything that you're doing. Okay, stay the course. Even when times are hard with mom, and she's yelling at you, you know, giving you them things that you don't want to do, but you know you have to do. Stay the course. She knows how to get you where you need to be. Okay.
Yes.
I love you, and just keep grinding, little sis. Okay.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching, and we are out of here. Peace.